Hello, everybody. Another day, hi. Hello, welcome. Welcome again. Oh, my God. We're kind of stringing along on a bit of a hope and a prayer. I have but a bottle of water left. I have to refill a bunch of them. So, I'm gonna be sipping. I'm gonna be fucking sipping today. Really, at least it's a short one, just a couple hours. Also, thank you for the subscription, Gustavo. That's pretty freaking sweet, I say. Over on the old YouTubes. I can't hydrate. I don't got a bottles of water. I got one. I had to be delicate with it. But yes, also yesterday, chat, how people were asking about emotes. I actually did go and check to see if we're able to get any new ones. I can have 4 just baseline emotes added in. So we can get the Fairywoods ones. Hell yeah. Which I suppose I should at least showcase the 2 of them I have. I can. Hold on. Wait, I can showcase them all. Wait a minute, chat. You'll get a little bit of spoilers, quote unquote spoilers, for some of the slides that will be coming up, but I'm sure we're all fine with that. I'm sure no one cares that much. I will just... Actually, no, wait, I forgot. I'm in the pre-show. You guys can't see this shit anyway, so I can just, I could just crop them out. Never mind. No spoilers at all for you people. Let me just get that ready. But yeah, we can have 4. So there's actually also another one I can add. And then there's like 10 animated ones I can do. But like I said, that'll take figuring out, chat. So how are you guys doing? How is this lot doing, eh? How are we doing today? I'm about as crusty and as tired as I expected I would be after going half an hour over last night. But shit was fucking worth it, I say. I think yesterday's attack looks great. Probably the, probably the only, like... Probably, like, the one I'm proudest of. One of the one I'm proudest of. Doing good, doing good. Melting the heat sucks. I've actually... After a week of very intense heat and then another week of more mild heat, the sky has finally broke. Also, I think you can hear the... There we go. You can probably hear the music because I forgot it was going through my fucking speakers. Sorry, chat. But the sky's finally broken. It's raining today. The sky reeks with the first week of my Artfight attacks being over. Work on lunch break, doing good. My art process is slow, but I'm getting my first attack done after joining a week late. Well, there you go. Good. Good, good, good. Yes. My plants. They're drinking up. They're... Finally. Which is great. But, yeah. So that was kind of the cool thing today. I've also finally I've unshuttered myself. My room's not in perpetual, my house, I guess, not my room, but my house isn't in perpetual gloom anymore. I could actually like go out and fucking look outside. I was going a wee bit stir crazy, I won't lie. I can't get over how great the vehicle looks. Oh, well, thank you. I did it all freehand and didn't know what I was doing. I sort of just just went, you know? Oh, goodness. There was no lies! I'm a perpetual part of your life now, Jam, you see. When does the grave grime ever end? It never does. You're stuck at the graveyard forever. Actually. Perpetually stuck. So sad. Now, one thing today is we only have this one attack to do because I have simply not found another one that works for these tiny little short streams. So I have lots of things to attack, but they'll probably be bigger pieces. So I think probably what will happen is if I get this one done and there's like half an hour left or something, we'll see what I'll do. We'll see how I'm feeling when we get there, I guess, chat. But we do just have a one thing to do this time. Looks like you've been doing it for testing. Well, to be fair, when I was at the studio, I was the vehicle guy. They put me in charge of that, but I didn't design any of them. I just animated them. Good thing there's plenty of grave goo to eat. Stop! Keep that out of your fucking mouth! Stream a quick round of Balatro? I fucking could. I could. Stream a quick round of Darkest Dungeon and die like 2 seconds in. But oh my god, I watched videos today, chat, too, like a couple. And I don't remember anything about them. I had something to talk about, but then I started looking into the emotes and the rain started, and it all just left my brain perpetually. I just fucking faded away out of my mind. But this is what, week 2 of Artfight? Yeah. How's week 2 of Artfight gone for people? I finally started attacking, evidently, and it's been pretty good for me. How about the rest of you? I guess, what was it? Burgle? Mike there? Yeah, Mike is getting their first attack done. That's pretty good. So, you guys do lots of attacks? Got 20 attacks! Holy crap! God damn! Got my first attack in a couple of days ago after wasting the first week away. I see. There you go. So people are beginning. That's pretty cool. Only sketched an animated attack, not enough frames to be a rough. Other than that, I'm trying to storyboard a personal project. I see. You went a week into Artfight XO, you're like, I'm done now. I want to do my own thing. Audio Evil is 6 in. Taking it slow. The next one, though, because it will be better quality. Ah, there you go. Few attacks against you, including the first shipper, my 2 characters. Okay. 5. You've got 5 attacks. I thought you were saying you've done 5 attacks. Okay, 5 defenses. Use the terminology. It makes it easier for me. How many defenses did you get? How many attacks did you do? You know what I mean? That'll make it so I'm not confusing myself, because everyone knows I can't fucking read all the different attacks people have been doing. Yep. Mornings to you too, Ludero. I've been ganged up on. I get 2 revenges done and get like 2 more before I can get them posted. I see. Well, I mean, hey, good for you. That's great. Oh, no. 5 defenses. I attacked 5 times. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Still. That's fun. Again, Artfight's an art attack game, right? So that's sort of the goal, is for you to be attacking more than you're receiving. That'll never happen for me, but one can dream. I've been left alone for the most part, so I guess the last couple of days, so maybe I'll start to catch up. Oh yeah, 5 megabyte limit making me rage with my animated attacks. I would imagine. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That'd be miserable. That makes me... So I got an animated attack last year. That was like a 30-second little meme gag thing. I have no idea. How did Slime Boy Pat upload that? What the... How much was that compressed? What the fuck? Wait a minute. Maybe it was in a file or something. I can't remember. My battle ratio will never recover. I hear that. Last year, Miss Thang, I had a battle ratio of like 5%. It was miserable. It was terrible. It was awful. Yeah, that might be it. But okay. Short stream and all that. We're going to... Quickly, I'm going to show you guys the emotes to come. And we'll start off with dead old Macquarie here, which I think will be fun. He is a corpse. Attack ratio is attack versus defenses. Yeah. Why are you trying to keep me down, Izzy? Aren't I deep enough in the dirt already? Yes. That's the first one. Then we got a crying lark, which is really good. I like it a lot. If it was Lark, it would have been the perfect companion to L. I say, well, there's crying one. Could be Cry L. Who knows? Make them stickers. That would be kind of funny. Well, they're going to be emotes here, probably. So those are those two. I don't want to save them. And then there's Smug Mouse, which will probably get a bit of use. I love Smug Mouse. It'll come. And then I gotta figure out one more. I've got one more slot, chat. Though I think it's the ones that go to everyone. So that one extra slot will probably be another Gravekeeper one. But I don't exactly know what to do for the old Grime Man. I'll have to think about that. But, alright. And now, up in the corner, you can see the little witch we're doing from Mathematicool. This is what I've got. Because I said we were doing a witch. I lied. It's actually all about the turtle, you see. It's all about Steve here. The whole thing's all about Steve. There you go. But I'm gonna grab that last bottle of water, and then we'll get to it, chat. Oh, fucking ow. I don't know if you guys heard that tink, but I just slammed the glass bottle into my teeth. Fucking ow. Yeah, I guess the witch lady's fine, but, you know, no turtle. I agree. Not a turtle. But she is, sort of a grumpy witch that hates people, I guess. And lives out in the woods alone, collecting mushrooms for potions and tonics. I'm fine. I'll be alright. It made the most stereotypical, like, glass tink sound I think you could ever possibly hear. Yeah, okay. I'm just checking permissions really quickly. Alright. I might have to flip this. I might have to flip this. It says her right eye is always covered and not her left. So, I don't think that will change too much if I just do a little whoop. I like it this way more. We're just gonna live with it. We're just gonna live with it, chat. Cartoon logic, you know? Wedges teeth back into place. I'm fine. I'm good. There we go. Get all this shit out of the way. Gonna use... Oh, I guess one thing I saw was a video. There's apparently some new animation program being spun up that I kind of want to look a little bit more into. I'm just curious about it. Some like... Oh, what was it called? Hold on. Let me pull up my YouTube really quick and look at my history. What was it? They didn't say it in the thumbnail. Fuck. And I'm not clicking on that video to find out. But there is one. I need to look into it more. Shit. I had something to talk about, completely forgot its name. Tragic. Awful. These things happen, chat. Look, listen here, guys. It's close to the weekend, you know? I'm allowed to be a little lazy on a Friday. Especially after last night. After all the entertaining I did last night, you guys can deal with a less than mentally well grave grime. Your gravekeeper's sleepy today, alright? Sleepy and a little crusted over. Which I guess excessively crusted over. More crusted over than normal. Calipeg? No, it is not Calipeg. It's something that's like not out yet or something, I think. There's a person showcasing it. Which is also very funny that they didn't put the name in the title, I suppose. Yeah, more grimy than you. I'm excessively grimy. I'm like this. Yes. Awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm choosing to blame you being sleepy on the hype of my fellow noisy new folks coming in last night. You can't. I would go with it's just I should have stopped and I didn't because I'm a fool. Also, hey, you guys are showing up, so like, how can I complain? I mean, I can, and I will, but it's all in good fun, I suppose. Happy to have noisy people here. The whole point of streaming is to have people to yammer with, so I would vastly prefer chatters to not having any, and me just sitting here yelling at the void to myself. Sorta the whole reason I've done this. It was always the sort of reason. Back when I used to just stream for friends and stuff. It was the same whole thing. I kind of want the banter. Come on. There we go. Yeah. I should complain. Complaining is your favorite. We will get there. The problem with a stream like this, right, is I spend the entire day before just yelling and screaming at the sky. And then I get up, and I tend to not actually have that much time to gather more things to rant and scream about, because done all my ranting and screaming the night before. I mean, it'll happen. It'll occur. Today was just unfruitful in my searches for things to complain about. Only good things have happened. It's raining. That's wonderful. I've opened my windows. I guess my cat screamed a lot today, but that's normal. Everyone expects that from them at this point. Let the rain into my house? Well, I don't... That's how you get rotten foundations, you see. And I don't want that. My house is old enough as is. I don't want to, like, encourage the floorboards to sag more. No thank you. I'm good, I think. Vampire rules. Ask if you want in or not. Like for the rain? I think the rain finds its way in regardless. I don't think it cares too much for permission. It doesn't have vampire rules. It's got burglar rules. It comes in as long as it's not caught. Rain, the natural thief, you know? So it's like ants. Yes, it's like ants. Very much so like ants, actually. A wet home is one that's not dry. You know what? Can't argue with that. I can try. No, actually, I'm on the other side of that dumbass debate about if water is wet or not. Has to be. You can complain your lunch break is hot? Then get the fuck out of here! Get to work! What are you doing? You're being a bad employee! How dare you? Unfucking believable. We don't have unproductive people here in chat, alright? We don't allow them. They have to get out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. I was doing a little bit of searching on Artfight today, though, I guess, chat. I was doing a little poking around. And, my word. It's still one of those... I kind of wish, it was easier to find some, like, friendlier fellows on there. You add water to make things wet. If you add water to water, it doesn't make water wet. Water cannot become wet, therefore water isn't wet. Incorrect! Wrong, Izzy! Because water is completely surrounded by other water, and therefore it's always making itself wet. Water is maximum wet. It is the wettest you can be. Wrong, incorrect. Water is also the driest it can be. Yeah, because it's maximum wet. It's the other side of the scale. Rant topic, but why are crafts bead necklaces more points than an anime attack? I didn't even know they were. Crafts are worth more than animated attacks? I figured those two things would be like almost valued equally, because I would imagine they would take a similar amount of time. Though I guess the idea with the craft ones, right, is probably less about bead necklaces and more about more substantial attacks, like maybe figurines or like clay statues or something is probably the idea behind it, and those take materials, like actual physical materials, so it's sort of like amount of investment gets you more points, I guess. But I don't think a bead necklace should necessarily be more points than an animation. But it also depends a lot on what that animation is. Like if it's just kind of like a let's say like a craft, like a really simple 2-frame blink or something. That's sort of where I feel bead necklaces would lie in the craft section as well. So there you go. There's a bit of a rant there in the fact that I'm like, oh, well, you know, I can understand why a craft could be seen as more valuable as an animation, but like that just makes me go like, oh, well, I guess if you really care about the point value, it would depend a lot. Like there needs to be some kind of extra like level of detail, I guess. And I'm like, do we really want to add just another level of minutia to figuring out attacks like that? There you go. I hope that was a good rant for you, because I haven't done animated attacks or crafts, so I'm sort of... That's sort of out of my own wheelhouse. I've only done illustrations. I stay in my lane. I make my points and I go, ha ha ha. I'm basically contributing nothing to this game. But I'm having fun. And really, isn't that all that matters? Fuck the rest of them, you know? I've got what I'm here for. But yeah, I was gonna go on a bit of a tangent about it would be nice to be able to find friendly fellas a little bit easier on Artfight, and or I guess it's less about finding them easier. It'd be nicer if people made them more. I think big friendly guys are made only in sort of one particular way, and it's a particular way I don't enjoy on Artfight. So, and again, of course, this is also obviously like a generalization. Just one of those things. You get, if you get like a friendly, kind fella, he's normally like, you know, he's kind of like that soft ooh kind of character, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But, like, genuinely just sort of like a dude who's kind and friendly. What kind of big friendly fella is the fella for you? I think there are more interesting ways to making a sort of friendly dude that doesn't mean making them very sort of passive, I guess. Where's my big, like I guess not even necessarily large, like where's kind of like the jolly, where's like the jolly bar, like drunken dwarf kind of idea in like non D&D, I guess, characters, because I tend to not really go for D&D ones. Not for much particular reason, I guess, but I just tend not to. That kind of thing. If you've got someone's original character 9 times out of 10, and it's like supposed to be sort of a friendlier guy, it seems to be that they're all just this very, they're like soft, and that's not necessarily what I'm looking for. I'd like someone who's like jolly, or kind of like, sort of like Warner, I guess, sort of like my character Warner, someone who's, they're very kind, but they're not soft, really. They're not soft, they're not passive. Warner definitely commands space, and also I guess he's not like an idiot, because I think if you go the jolly route, you'll end up just in sort of himbo territory, and that's also not really something I'm looking for. It's a very niche problem to have, chat, but it's one I notice. You also don't, you just don't get many, like, sort of imposing characters in general, at least from my searching, the tags I've been searching. You don't really get a ton of, more imposing sort of, male characters without them also then being, like, almost kind of like, horny bait, I guess. Mistag, maybe you could attack me, points fingers together. I like the type of character you're talking about, Grime. I have a few I never drew, but they're in my head. I should work on that. Well, okay, here. You know what? I'll pull up Warner so we can get an idea. Because it doesn't have to be like a Warner. It's more of just, I guess I'm pretty much just saying, why isn't there more variety on Artfight? I guess in a lot of ways, you see a lot of very, very similar characters. Which is a little disappointing, but also not particularly surprising. Yeah, this fella, oh, what the, there we go. This fella right here is Warner. And he's a friendly dude, but he's got his own, he's got very much, he's sort of a macho man, but he's very kind. He's a good papa. He is a buff man, yes. I'm just speculating on my own OCs. I see. But, yeah, it's just one of those things. I notice patterns, chat. I can't help it. It's part of the human condition. When I traverse the many, many pages of Artfight, I notice patterns and I go, man, I wish these patterns weren't so wearily common. Yeah, fun fact about that family I just showed, they're technically antagonists for Grim Deeds. That story I talked about a little bit yesterday. They are, I think, a very unique set of antagonists in that they're not really bad guys. They're like rivals that are very friendly. Like the daughter there, Bia, is sort of becoming friends with Corny as they are in competition with each other because they just think it's a fun time. And it makes Corny feel weird. Like, this is weird. You're like telling me I can do it as you're like trying to beat me in a race. I don't know, it's weird, it's strange. Yes, they're quite a delightful little family. They're having a good time, they are. Oh, he's the one you were referencing when you told me I didn't scare you. I see. Well, no, you're Morb, you don't scare me. But, yeah, I don't know. There's lots of patterns. I don't know if you guys noticed them. I think I've noticed lots of patterns at Artfight, and I go, why is there's so much of this? It's weird to have, like, I guess it's not weird, but it is sort of an interesting thing to note that there's, like, popular trends when it comes to types of characters. Because you'd think those things would be... There'd be a lot more... Not necessarily that they'd be, like, all original, but there'd be more of, kind of, a person's individuality in them. If that makes sense. Which doesn't feel like there is a lot of the time. But that could also come down to, like, skill level and ability to actually communicate whatever idea the person is talking about. It's not necessarily a wrong thing, it's just something that bores me, I guess. Also, I should point out. It's not wrong. It's not a moral failing. I'm just like, fuck, that's boring. I delve the pages so deeply, chat. I feel like my Artfight characters are just who I am across different phases of life. And some people do things that way. I don't. I always found my characters are just me to be, sort of an interesting thing people do, but I never really did. Even my, even the Gravekeeper here isn't supposed to be me. The Gravekeeper's a mascot. He's a he's me when I guess I'm here on stream because they're the face I'm using because it's fun, but they've got like their own, I guess, loose, silly lore to them. All right, see ya, Mike. Bye-bye. It is an interesting phenomenon for me. And there is try and find yourself, you know, sort of like a very I guess to use a word, I suppose I'll just say, like, I don't know, like a very manly man that isn't sort of like a parody or a subversion of its own trope on Artfight, and also try and find like old people. I have looked through chat. I've genuinely looked through the old wizard tag in its entirety. There's barely anything in there, which is crazy to me. Why don't more people have crusty old wizards? What's going on? You crusty? Fuck you. They're characters. Characters aren't dolls. They're not supposed to be playthings. Characters are people that you formed and are made to say things. I got a wizard, but I gotta work on him more. He's old and grumpy. They don't even have to be old and grumpy wizards. I'm just like, you don't see very many. I remember friends and we went through like the hag tag. Because hag is an excellent word, but you actually, yeah, you just don't see very many of them. It's kind of crazy. I guess it probably is due to like just how young the user base of that site tends to be. But broaden your horizons, people. Come on. Too lazy to draw wrinkly people. It's fucking fun to draw wrinkly people though. Drawing wrinkles is hilarious. All the newbies here, it's like, ah yes, welcome. You've gotten to you've made it long enough to hear Gravegrab go on one of his rants about probably inane bullshit, if I'm honest. Well, no, it's definitely inane bullshit because I'm ranting about fucking Artfight. There's no way that's of significance. But you know, my kind of thought process when it comes to creation. Characters are people you make, and I think more people should not treat them like dolls and should treat them like people that you've made. I think it's a lot more I guess you can. I can't say you can't. It's more of, I feel one to me is a lot more frivolous, and it's going to be a lot harder for me to give a shit about it. Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, it's just entertaining to argue. Yeah, you keep me going, audio, as you just be like, but I don't want to draw wrinkly people because they're gross. I'm like, you motherfucker. How dare you say that to me? But yes, it is an interesting, state of things. I just want to find more interesting characters. It's really a selfish kind of want. I'm not here to help you guys. I just want to find things I find interesting more. I love developing a character into their own being when they start acting ways that almost surprise you as a creator. Well, yeah. Okay, so I have a couple of characters. Like, my favorite characters that I've made are characters that have what I deem as just really interesting ways they actually, like, process and think about information. And sometimes those characters aren't what people expect. Corny is actually one of them, the little ghost boy. I really like how his thought process is he's not really convinced by like logical, like empirical evidence, honestly. Like if you showed him a study that said one thing was true, but you know, that's not really going to be enough for him if he has evidence from personal experience or from people he trusts telling him counter stuff. Even if it is like undeniably true what's in that study, he probably will be like, it's probably wrong because, you know, Uncle Ernie said this. That's sort of how he thinks. It's not necessarily a good way to think, you know, but it is how he thinks. That's sort of his thought process. He takes a lot of value in understanding other people's he takes a lot of value from what other people tell him that he trusts, and he kind of almost, if you've gained trust with him, he will sort of trust you implicitly, which can actually be really bad because he can be very misinformed and is often wrong a lot of the time because of that, because people can just tell you incorrect things. He's also very gut based. He's also extremely based on like gut feeling, because of his particular abilities. It would obviously make you trust your gut a lot. He gets like sensations and feelings about the world around him and people. So he kind of has more evidence when he gets his gut feelings than most people, but it does make him just trust his gut no matter what. And that's not always right either, but it is how he thinks, and it's really fun because I am not that. I tend to need more empirical sort of data before I form any kind of opinion. Or I guess not any kind of opinion. He's a little bit of a living lie detector, but it's more of like, it's more of like he knows when shit's weird, and he can kind of get vibes from people. I guess he's not good enough at it to be able to be a living lie detector, but he gets kind of vibes. And then there's Lilium, who is No Face Girl for the new people, a character of mine who's a girl with no face, who's also got a very interesting way that she thinks, because she is essentially she's essentially raised in a cult dedicated to the feeling of love and sort of like familial bonds, and it's a very like oppressive society that she's in, and she doesn't really know any other way to think. Hello! To the point where she is she's very pleasant and lovely. She is lovely, but a lot of people, I think, won't kind of track the sort of tragedy of her for a while, because she seemed so well adjusted in a lot of ways, but she really has no idea how to regulate herself whatsoever. She doesn't, I think a good example I have is she doesn't even really know the things she's feeling when she feels them. Like, if she was to be, let's say, like, really nervous about something, she wouldn't know that she's nervous. Her stomach would knot up, right, and get all tight because she's scared. But she would just think that, oh, I must have ate something bad, so my stomach hurts. You know, I've come down with a bit of a bug kind of thing, is how she would think about it. Her and the rest of her people are very stunted in that way. But it's really fun to go through how they think. So, there you go. There's some examples. So almost the opposite of corny? No. Oh, you mean like because he's feeling other people? In that sense, I suppose, but I wouldn't say that, because Lilium will be able to tell when other people are upset as well. She just doesn't know that they're, like, that it is called being upset. She would think that they're sick. Kind of deal. So it's a little bit different. She just hasn't been taught how to identify the things she's feeling, and she assumes that it's a it can't be one of these sort of other feelings because like it's sort of bad to feel them in her society. So she's like, well, no, it can't be that because, you know, I'm good. I'm a good child of the kingdom. I don't even, I'm not an agent of enmity. Corny is conscious of his gut. Lilium is not. Yeah, pretty much. I guess she's not, the thing is though, she's not unaware of it. She still feels it. She just doesn't know how to identify it. If that makes sense. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Alice. Me going on my character rants. Oh, come on. What to do? Awesome. Okay. I love these rants. Yeah, they'll happen. They'll probably happen more when I actually start to draw my own shit again, but it's a good time. But yes, that's the main thing I want people to do. I'm continuing to go back to the word over and over again, because I think it's probably the most succinct word to describe it, but I wish people actualized their characters more. And an actualized character is like something that is, you know who they are and what you want to say with them, and sort of everything you're putting into them is towards achieving that goal. It's sort of like a character has found their purpose, and so you're trying to and you're actually effectively communicating that purpose to other people, because again, storytelling is just a form of communication. You're trying to talk to people when you do it. Ugh. It's like not knowing why your throat hurts when you're about to cry. Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it too, Exo. And the thing is too, like, it's not me saying like I wish more people actualize their character, like that's essentially being like, that's not me to say it's necessarily like an easy thing to do. It's not. It's tough because you have to actually do a lot of thinking and figuring out to achieve it. But it's one of those things where I'm kind of just like, sure, it's tough, but if you want to make something worthwhile, it's work you have to put in. And it also depends on your goals, because I've kind of grown into these two pillars of what I personally would want to see from people, but I also have to acknowledge that people have their own goals. But Jesus Christ, guys, please figure out what your actual goal with your art is. Figure out why you're doing the thing you're doing. I think way too many people who are doing art are just doing it because, well, it's the thing that is like easy for me to do compared to anything else. And I don't know, something about that, I just think it leads to substandard artistic creations. Because like art isn't easy, and it should be, you know, something you're trying to work on. You know, I gotta put a little bit of that discouragement back into people. We've been too kind for too long, you know. I gotta be like, hey, actually try and think about if this is like what you want to do with this. Not if this is something that you want to do, but like what you want to do. What is your goal? Because like life is sort of a deliberate set of decisions. You don't want to just let it float by you. You want to be like you want to be an active participant in your own life, basically. So you're gonna want to be making decisions. There we go. For me, art is a way to express my feelings, like almost like journaling, so I don't get in a bad headspace again. Well, there's the thing. That is also like, okay, well, there's a goal there. You're doing it to like express your feelings. So that what that means is you got to be genuine about it. And if it is purely just journaling, then there's also a level of like, I guess, not really caring about how much people actually like what you're doing at all, and being sort of okay if people don't actually enjoy it. Because it's purely just a thing for you. I think about sort of I can never remember his name, but there was a guy from New York who was an artist like all of his life, and when he died, he people found all of his artwork in his little apartment, just like tons upon tons upon tons of stories and pieces of art. That guy is definitely a person who is just doing art for nothing more than his own like personal sanity or his own personal enjoyment. And like my thought is, if you're doing art for you, that should be something that you would potentially be willing to do. Not that you have to, but like, you know, that's a thing to think about. Like, if no one knew that you drew anything until you died, would you be okay with that? And if the answer is yes, then, you know, time to not complain about not getting the likes on the social medias. Things to think about. Yeah. There's so much art I keep to myself as in a PowerPoint specifically is a funny way to store that. But yeah, you know, that's fine. That's totally fine. Also, like, yeah, no disrespect. It's just, I think people aren't deliberate enough. They aren't really sure why they're doing the things they're doing. They're just doing them. And I think that probably makes people more unhappy than it makes them happy. It's sort of like, it's like the, it's like dopamine frying in a different way. All right. I'm gonna have a blast. See ya, Chubby. Thanks for coming. To be completely honest, the reason I make things is to not go insane from my own ideas that overlap. My side objective is to help people in their projects to achieve their vision. Well, see, well, there you go, Exo. There, now you have a thing you're doing. You know, you have a goal. You're like, this is what I want to do. It doesn't matter what that goal is. It's just good to have one and know that's what you actually want. Gonna sound stupid, but I'm happy you never sugarcoat things. I don't want to. I don't. It feels like lying, chat. I don't want to like lie. I hate. It's just more work to be like, oh no, it's perfectly fine. You know, it's just do whatever you feel like, man. I'm like, I feel like that will contribute to more negative things than positive things. So I'm like, well, no, I think this is the way you should go about stuff. There's lots of nuance to it, and going off the cuff might not be the best way to get these ideas across, I suppose, but I think, yeah, people have been too complacent in telling others that, oh, hey, just do whatever you feel like and it'll come to you. No, not really. Like, being able to self-actualize yourself as a human being takes an awful lot of self-reflection and thought. So I don't see why, like, actualizing yourself as an artist and finding out what you want to do, it would be any easier. I think, like, there's, trying to think of a way to phrase this. Sorry, chat. As I'm also trying to finish scribbling this dress. What was I fucking saying? Hello, Space. I guess you're not going into the pit. You've lucked out. You're gonna live. You're gonna survive. I feel like that's how people end up. Oh, I remember. I think a lot of artists feel like they have to make a story because that's the thing you do. And I would genuinely say, no. I think probably most artists shouldn't make stories. Because I don't think many artists actually have interest in making them. Because making a story is a lot of fucking work. I don't think a lot of people have interest in doing that. I think they do it because it's the thing they do. But I don't think a lot of people actually really have characters. They make sort of images that they like, and then they draw frequently. But, oh, you have to make them a character, because that's the thing you're supposed to do. I think most people don't actually have that much interest in doing that. Now, should they explore it? Absolutely, I think so. Because you might end up finding out you do like it. But storytelling is a whole different skill to just drawing. And I think, generally speaking, most people probably should sort of think about if they actually want to tell a story, or if they just want to draw a pretty picture. And if they just want to draw a pretty picture, that is fine. I don't think that's less valuable, as derisively as I put it, I suppose. It's not less valuable, it's just a different field, I guess. It's a different type of value. I think the making the story bit is influenced by what they consume. Sure, that's fair too, EXO. I'm sure there's lots of people who are like, I want to make a story because I got into art by watching stories. But a lot of people consume stories, and I think they consume them for very different reasons than the people who make stories. It's sort of like, do you guys have a type of character, let's say, that you really like, but actually, or type of story even, that you really like, but you actually tend to not create anything in that genre, really? For you kind of have different genres that you gravitate towards to create yourself, but you actually like to enjoy a different kind. I think lots of people have things like that. So I don't think I'm talking out of my ass there. I think lots of people are like, I really like, let's say, horror movies, but I don't like making horror stories. I think that would be a perfectly, like, a pretty common thing for people. And, like, with that, it's sort of, sorry, I'm figuring out the perspective I want for this mushroom. That is how I would think of, like, storytelling in general. Hey, you might have gotten into this because you like consuming stories, but that doesn't really mean that you're actually interested in telling one. Again, just feels like a lot of artists, it is the thing to do. It is the next step in your career. Make a couple characters, make a couple stories. And then I think a lot of people end up feeling unfulfilled from doing that, or they like hate the process and they end up miserable. And it's like, well, you didn't think about what you really wanted, I guess. My favorite character is my persona, and all the little goober does is explore the cosmos, and that's it. I suck at world building. That's fine. That's high fantasy for me. I hate writing that type of world building, but I enjoy reading them. Yeah, exactly. And that is absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. Where did my thing go? There it is. So, I don't know. Just try and, I guess, think your decisions through a little bit more. I think you'll end up with a happier life in the long run, but Another factor too is like, who the fuck am I to say, right? All I can really give you is what my opinion on the matter is, but I'm not like some guru on these things. You'll have to come to your own conclusions on that one, chat, I guess. That's part of my self-regulation, I guess. Whenever I start talking about something I feel is correct, I'm also trying to, at the same time, be a little bit open to the concept of, hey, I could be wrong about this, though, because I am not an arbiter, really. I wouldn't say I necessarily have the know-how. It just is what sort of I've come to feel is correct over time. And potentially in that way, I might be a little bit more like corny than I let on. Sort of in line with the, Josh, hello, welcome. Also, sort of in line with the thought, but a bit of a counter. I think a lot of people have OCs that they want others to care about, and I think the way to make them care is to draw pics that show off some of their personalities or tell some sort of story. Not the narrative, but some sort of visual storytelling. True. That's kind of, I would actually say, Josh, that's not a counter. That's a different thing entirely. Because what I'm saying is I think a lot of people might not necessarily want to tell stories, but if there is a person who wants to tell a story, yeah, then the best way to tell that story is to like draw it. Yeah, show people it. Even if it's not in like some big story, not this grand narrative, but it's just pics and little comics, or it can just be little pics and stuff, or even memes. But yeah, I kind of agree with that. Some people have characters and they don't necessarily want to tell a grand narrative, but they have little creatures in the head that they like, and they want people to care about them. And yeah, the way to get people to care about those is to actually showcase that. Because the social media landscape is quick, and if you're just showing a character that sort of looks neat standing there, people probably aren't gonna care too much. You have to give people a little bit more now because of how saturated the market is. I thrive off character interactions. They feed me. They make my roster feel alive. Very true. Very true. But this is less of like, yeah, and I guess everything I'm saying here, chat, is less of like a demand that you have to conform to it, and more of like, hey, maybe potentially think about this. Like, give it a thought, you know? Think about it a little. I'm really just encouraging you guys to think more than anything. Feel like people don't do enough of that these days. There we go. Got pulled away unexpectedly. I heard discourse about characters. Kind of not less. I don't know if I'd call it discourse, Izzy. We were talking about just like I was sort of talking about a little bit of life philosophy, I guess. Would probably be the easiest way to put it, in that I think people should if they want to try and do, like, they should figure out if they actually want to tell stories or have characters, and like actually do some thinking about that, because I think there's probably a lot of people out there that just want to draw things they think are pretty and don't care too much about actually having a character or a story. And if that's the case, that's fine, but they should probably like think about that and work towards whatever goal they actually want to achieve. Basically, I'm just saying, like, you gotta kind of look at yourself and figure out goals, and what you like genuinely want, and not just what other you think you should do. Because doing what you think you should do will probably net you a vastly more negative life. I guess unless those goals, like, you kind of want things you think you should do and your actual goals to align a little bit, I guess. Because there are sort of like good practices, and those should be kind of things you aim towards, but that's more of like life philosophy. Like eat your vegetables, you know, have a good sleep schedule. That's less of artistic endeavors specifically and more just hey, there are things that are good for you to maintain a happier life that are generally a solid way to go about that, I guess. Critical thinking in this economy? Hey man, if you want to get a better economy, you're gonna need to invest. You know? Delayed gratification, fellas. It's all the rage. Well, it's not all the rage, but it's a solid survival strategy. There's a reason humans do it. Anyway, I'm drawing a witch. We got on big talk. I'm drawing a witch. Hell yeah. Eating broccoli is the best way of life. True. Broccoli is very good for you. That is true. Top 10 tips they don't want you to know about. The nebulous they. Gotta love that. What out group is it this time that we're deciding is the bad guy? You know? Alright. There was a trend going around a bit ago where essentially some artists said, you shouldn't draw your characters in a white void because it's boring. The idea that just having a character doing a pose is boring, or at least not very visually striking, and a bunch of other artists starting showing their characters in white voids being like, that advice is stupid because my OC is popular, but their OC in question were doing something that was visual. Yeah. Yeah. The wizards don't... Yeah, it drove me crazy because I agree with the OG post, but everyone took it as literally having a blank void background is bad. Yeah, that's... Oh, when people miss the point and go... That's like missing the spirit of the law for the letter of the law type shit. It is fucking frustrating. And you know they did that specifically... I know, I bet a bunch of them did do it earnestly because they just saw, hey, I draw things in white void and like saw red. But I agree. You probably shouldn't just draw them in a white. You need to draw them doing something. You have to. You gotta. Like, a whole bunch of my dailies were technically drawn in white voids. Because I consider a white void just basically being like, they're not in a scene. You know? There's not, like, prop elements that they're interacting with. They're in a nebulous vacuum space. Even if there's more visually interesting things going on in the background. But I tried to have my characters doing stuff in it, at least. There was, like, some kind of thing happening. Draw them growing broccoli in the white void so it starts becoming green. Hey, listen here. That could be cool though. That could be cool. That if you had like a little farming character and they were just like slowly turning their white void into like a field of broccoli and we're like tending to it happily, that would be a very sweet photo. That'd be cool as hell. Like, I've done just poses. Yeah, the big spread of Shelly poses, which was doing things that informed. Yeah, exactly. 100%, Josh. People like personalities, that's what people are going to latch onto. Well, it's not even just that. People like characters, Josh. The thing is, a character isn't just a design. You know? People like characters, but character is the whole package. It's not just what they look like. Again, that's my thing with Artfight, is going through it, there are so many things that are like dolls. They're just dolls. And it's boring. And I don't want to draw any of them. I want at least a little bit of a personality. And also, please try and do something maybe a tiny smidge, a little itty bit different than the most stereotypical possible archetype. That's like from... I should not necessarily be able to be like, ah, yes, this is your favorite kind of media from just reading about a random character. You know? I guess there is some, like, there's some leeway with that, because, like, if you're essentially, like, I was inspired by comic books and I kind of want to make my own comic book character, like, that's gonna read pretty easily. But don't just make Spider-Man 2, you know? Where's your own flavor? Why should I care about what you made? Because Spider-Man's just there. I could just go read Spider-Man if I wanted to. But you have to communicate how they are with their visual language. Yeah. Is being a butt monkey a personality? I don't know. Is it? What's a butt monkey? Design is important and should inform character. True. Someone who's already the butt of a joke. Well, that's not really a personality. A butt monkey isn't a personality. A butt monkey would be like a trait, because like always being the butt of the joke is like a universal state for them. So they're not really like, that's not a, because a butt monkey could technically have any kind of personality at all. So no, I would not say butt monkey is a personality. Because you could like argue, you could argue like Rigby from the regular show is a bit of a butt monkey. And then you could also though argue that Sokka is from Avatar is a bit of a butt monkey, and they're very different. So I don't think it's as simple. I don't think we can say that as their personalities. But people should draw their low-lasting characters slowly rotting away. I don't even know what that fucking means. Low-lasting? Do you mean long-lasting characters like the old ones? Draw them as like a why? But why, EXO? Of what value would that provide? That are losing relevancy? Why, though? But why? Draw the characters that people don't like as rotten corpses, so then people will feel bad and like them more? Like, no, that won't work, though. That won't help anything. If anything, it'll make you look desperate, I would say. But I think a lot of sort of, oh, I'm trying to get attention on my character behavior tends to look very desperate, though. So, you know, who am I to say, I guess. Fucking, I hate doing anything that's like, hey, you know, you guys should like my character more. I'm like, well, if you don't like my character from what I'm showing, I'm doing something wrong, and it's not your fault. And if someone doesn't like your character, chat, that also means that you're probably doing something wrong. I guess, like, in an aggregate sense. In an aggregate sense. If people don't really give a shit about your character, you haven't given them enough of a reason to care about it. If it's, like, individuals just hate them for, like, some weird reason, that's a little different. I'm talking more of, like, in general trends in aggregate, as opposed to, individual. No, I didn't really think that was what you were going for, EXO, but I'm using it as a spin-off point. I'm spinning off of you. You make unlikable. Well, a character that's fun to hate is still likable. That's not what a likable character is. A likable character has nothing to do with its, like, moral character. A likable character is literally just, do people enjoy that character? And if they love to hate them, then that means they like them. So. But yeah, that would be my thing. It's like any stuff like that, I'm just like, feels weird. Feels like I'm begging, and I don't like to beg. It's probably why, like, when I got affiliate here, I was like, okay, to celebrate that and maybe, I guess, push us over that affiliate line, I'm gonna do, like, a request stream, because then I'm at least, like, giving people something for their kind, follows or whatever. Brave Grime says, like and subscribe. Like, ugh. Gross. Sick. Notice you doing what? What's your personality? Yeah, all you said, Morb, was that's zombies. There's nothing for me to contribute to that. Leave a comment worth acknowledging, Morb. How about that? Huh? Maybe try that. Notice me, notice me. No! You just acknowledged me, mission complete. I see. True. So right, Josh. You like the way I do colors? Thank you. Thank you. We'll get to those eventually today. I promise. Or at least we should. I gotta go a little fucking faster. Jeez, it's already been an hour and a half. Damn. And then he's got, yeah. Horple. There we go. I like this silly turtle. Oh, they got like a little spot. Oh, give him a little spot. There we go. Which I guess is like turtle ear. Yeah, turtle ear. Hell yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, like that. A worm. Or is it a snail? It's a turtle. Fuck. I had two chains and I fucked them both up. Goddamn, Josh. What's going on with you? No, it's a little turtle. It's Steve here. His name is Steve. It looks like a tear. Like it's a prison tattoo he got because he killed a man. Fuck. True. Steve, what did you do? They do apparently him and Hildegard, they live out in the woods like alone and hate people, so you know, maybe Steve is an escaped convict. We don't know. You know, there's no confirmation one way or the other. Maybe that's your headcanon, Josh. Maybe you headcanon them as a horrible killer with a teardrop tattoo. They killed a man in the joint. Alright. It's probably good for them. So now I'm gonna start. Hit him. Oh shit. Hit him with the dish one. This. Oh, damn it, that's why. Fuck. What is... Hold on a second, chat. What did I... What did I do here? Why does it look like that? What the? I squint? What was I doing? I was going on a rant when I was doing this, obviously, so I didn't realize what I was doing, but what the? Why does it look like that? Come on. There. That'll work much better. The fuck was wrong with me? Don't answer that, chat. Keep your mouth shut in regard to that one, alright? There's nothing wrong with your gravest grime. He's perfectly healthy. Oh no, Sloth's on YouTube, but probably still in the woods. With a wrench, right? Darn your autoplant, yeah, true. So many things. Ah. The composition of this thing is cool. Likely a bird, thank you. Thank you very much to the YouTube people. You're much nicer than the Twitch people. Just saying. You guys are a lot nicer than those dirty Twitchoids over here that are mean to me all the time. What's up with that? What's going on there? See? See? One of them's screaming right now that they're evil. Oh, should I be meaner? I don't want to stick out. Don't worry, likely a bird. You'll just become meaner with time. I invite that kind of thing naturally. It's my grimy stench. It's just an effect of it. Just, it's unfortunately inevitable, you see. We just match your energy. It is true, you do just match my energy. But then you match it, and so I try and one-up you, and it just fucking goes again, like, we just spiral. What if, Mathematicool was in chat and read this? Do you think your comment would bring them joy? Yeah. You guys gotta be good for other people's reputation, not mine. Rain attracts rain, rage attracts rage. True, true, true. Oh my. Yeah, well, welcome. I assume you're new here. There will be no apologies. It is simply is what it is. Little mushroom. There you go. 28 seconds B. I don't even... Oh, behind. I see. Well, you shouldn't be. Stupid. You guys will figure it out, I'm sure. You'll get there. You YouTube people. Fish thingy? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. What is going on in chat right now? Why are we talking about Uncle, Grandpa, and Homelander? I turn away for 1 second to do a little art, and we're talking about power scaling Uncle Grandpa versus Homelander. I don't understand, chat. Are you guys well? Uncle Grandpa is a major deity? Oh my. Come on. There we go. Just thinking visually, chat. Sorry about the little bit of silence you're having to deal with. I apologize. I know how it is if I'm not talking 24/7. You guys lose your fucking minds. Likely a bird. My art fight is the same as my username. It's just Gravegrime. Should be able to just find it under Gravegrime. Pretty much can find me anywhere under Gravegrime. That's my name. Don't wear it out. You're my Uncle Grandpa, Grave. I don't want to be your uncle or your grandpa. I would prefer not to be related to your fucking disgusting ass, alright? Ugh. Ugh, vile. God, I love it when things work out like that. Yeah, I've always been the guy to be like, I kind of just want the same username everywhere so I don't have to fucking worry about it. Oh! Fuck! I forgot, chat. Something really cool happened today. I forgot. Something really awesome occurred. On Blue Sky, the animation director for Hilda actually shouted out the Fairy Woods. They were like, hey, check that shit out. And I was like, whoa! Whoa, that's cool! So there you go. That was the cool thing. Got me giddy. Put a big smile on my face. Yeah. It was very swell. And unexpected. So, Emily and I were very pleased about that. We were like, oh shit! Neat! That's crazy. It's sort of like, I won't say who specifically, I guess, but I have gotten, like, emails sent to me from actual voice actors and shit, and, like, DMs and stuff, being like, hey, if you ever, like, want a voice, let me know, kind of deal. It's like, whoa. That's crazy. It's very cool. Yeah. So there you go. I got so wrapped up in the fact that I found out that I can get more emojis into this chat that I completely forgot about that. It's really funny. One time I made Monkey Ball fan art and the official Monkey Ball Twitter account retweeted it. That was pretty awesome. That does sound pretty awesome. I didn't know Monkey Ball had like an official Twitter account. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like it was... No, I guess there's been, like, actually lots of Monkey Ball games after the first two. Never mind. Never mind. That's just Gravegrime's ignorant ass. That's just how he lives his life. Whoa! We got a raid. Hello, raiders. Rosie Moth. Welcome. I have a question for all of you. Is this an art fight raid? Is this people coming from another person drawing a bunch of art fight shit? Is that why we're here? Yeah. Yeah. Happened last night, too. It was great. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. They brought you to the worst place on Earth. I'm sorry. Check the tags, you know? Check the tags to inform yourself of what this place is like, you know? You better watch yourselves. I say. I grumble. This is what we're drawing. This is where we is. So, should have this done. Hoping to have this done by the time I stop stream. And by hoping, I mean I'll probably just keep going until it's done. But I think once I get it lined, it won't take too long to get through. Stop that! I am not Uncle Grandpa! We've gone over this! Whoa, peak, absolutely. Oh, I guess, here you go. Yesterday, because my whole thing is, at least the weekdays, I'm trying to do an art attack, a day for these. So yesterday's was a fun one. Here was yesterday's. I'm very proud of this one. This one was great. I'm really happy with it. Grime is an uncle. Well, I am actually an uncle. That is true. That one is actually correct. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Robin Arise. Thank you, thank you. I have fun here, chat. I enjoy myself. I love Artfight. It's a great time. And then on top of that, you know, we just kind of I just start rambling and yapping and threatening people. That's sort of my whole deal. Lots of like original character stuff goes on here. For the most part. How's the cat? Probably asleep. You see, she's so loud in the later night streams because that's when she sort of starts to run around that period of time. But she's probably asleep right now, if I had to guess. Hold on. Yeah, she's probably upstairs asleep. I went and checked. I looked. But she should be good. They were very rambunctious this morning. They were running all over the place. Go. Check again? Why? Why do you want me gone? Why do you want me out of here in my own stream? I don't think so. You guys are stuck with me. What do you mean? I'm not leaving. They want the cat more than me. What the? What the? Oh, also thank you for the follow, Rosie Moth. Thank you. This is going to be a very interesting part of Artfight, because if people keep rating me for doing these Artfight streams, I'm going to meet a lot of cool new people, I guess. I'm gonna meet... I never really expected these Artfight streams to have people sort of showing up, but it's pretty cool. Thanks. It's one of the things I like about Artfight is seeing new folk, so pretty cool. It's your sole duty to always pester your cat at any given convenience. When did that become the rule? When was that the rule? I thought it was they pester me whenever they can. When did it become the rule that I have to go out of my way to bug them? Chat, I think you're getting the rules messed up. I think you're backwards. The cat council? Well, when did we... When were we under their jurisdiction? When did this happen? Did I miss a fucking meeting or something? Like, what occurred? Artfight is always fun seeing all the people with different art styles and their scenes. I've met a lot of people through this event over the years I've done it, just by plowing through the tags as many I guess complaints I have about sort of the nature of the character, a lot of the characters on that site. There are absolutely so many just amazing little gems that you find. It's great. Pile of leaves. Gonna put this little skeleton down here in, because I like him. Nice. Okay, awesome. Your is peak. I meant you're so peak. I got it. I followed. It's okay. I followed along. We're good. You know what? I think your and your are close enough together that I can I can understand the meaning you're trying to get across. That poor skeleton is fighting for his life. He is. He's stuffed underneath. He's like, help me. You'll be fine. I imagine he's like, he's just digging up the wrong way from the graves, you know? I guess he's digging down, which would be digging up the wrong way, I guess. You know what? Never mind. Never admit your mistakes. I was fine the whole time. Never change. Never improve, chat. That's my advice to you all. Bad advice only. There we go. Yeah. They buried him upside down. Well, what if they didn't bury him upside down and he's just not very good with directions? You know? We can't necessarily know this skeleton is like an innocent participant in all of this. It could be his fault entirely. And if that's the case, chat, we should mock him. We should laugh and like punish him for making a mistake. Which again is also part of my bad advice only. You know, that's another bit of grave grime, genuine grave grime advice to you. Anyone who makes a mistake, you should crucify them. Burn them at the stake like a witch. It's the only way. The only way to improve is to simply remove the people who make mistakes. Fucking duh. Obviously. Shame is a good teacher. I mean, it is. Shame is a good teacher. I actually unironically agree with that, but I don't know if you necessarily need to shame for mistakes a lot of the time. If it's a repeat mistake, then I guess, yeah, go for it. But if it's like the first time, I don't know. I think so. Potentially, I guess it depends on the size of the mistake and what the nature of it is. But this skeleton, I think we should simply mock him because it's funny that he's coming up upside down. That's what I think. There's no justice in it at all. It's just for my sick pleasure, you know? Just because I think it's fucking funny. I look at the clock. I fucking sweat. I go... God. I think I do have it, chat, but man. I think it's gonna be one of those, it's gonna come close. Depends really on how quickly I'm actually able to shade them. Like the main subjects. Oh, I guess also I should say, to all the people who are here, the character I'm drawing is up in the top left corner there, and the username of the person who this character is from is below it. So this is a character from Mathematicool. It's just sort of like, I wanted to showcase, how do I draw and talk at the same time? I always struggle to do that. I'm really annoying. I'm really good at, not shutting up ever. Lots of practice of just never shutting my mouth. Not even necessarily on stream. The thing that makes it easy for me to do it on stream is just the fact that I have no shame. The thing that made me able to talk and draw is just sort of doing it a whole bunch. I have been doing, like, drawing streams where I talk to friends and stuff, for, like, decades, so. It's just, second nature to me at this point. Sometimes I'll go quiet when I'm really locking into something, so it's not all the time. It's not a perfect machine. Also depends a bit on energy levels. You're a different kind of annoying. Your annoyance has a weird wisdom in it that can put people into a trance and listen to me endlessly. Well, no, that's the gas. Corey, that's the gas I employ. The stench, you know? The Gravegrime stench. The trademark Gravegrime stench. It's just like how my grave goop, you know, it has sort of properties to it, so does my stench. And it's hypnotic. It's entrancing. Not in, like, a good way. Like you said, that weird annoying that has some strange wisdom to it. It's the same with the stench. It just entrances you. You go, where am I? Huh? Grave sliming, grave stench, true. I caught myself watching anime subbed while drawing the other day and spent the next hour trying to figure out how I did that. How did you do that? What the fuck? Wait, you were somehow reading the subs and drawing at the same time. That's kind of fucking wild. What the? Huh? When I'm streaming my drawings, I talk with my hands to convey tone, so I struggle to do it. I do too. There's a level of I've just had to... I'm just like, well, they can't fucking see me, but I will lift my hands and shake them at the microphone like I'm yelling at a tiny little person, and that's you, chat. You're the tiny little person at the end of my mic. The little itty-bitty guy. Ugh. We need a new little critter for chat. The Gravelings. The Who's from Horton Hears a Who. Imagine a little grosser though. Again, little Graveling at the end of my microphone. Some little goblin, some tiny gremlin critter. I've got to slowly build out the graveyard cast, you say. The ghoulie, I guess. It's a little ghoulie at the end of the mic, because that's just kind of what I call you guys. My little ghoulies. My little ghoulies, said with zero affection and mostly disdain. Mostly hate. Very random, but have you seen Disney's Doomies? I have not. Can we be tiny zombies? Well, I mean, a tiny zombie's like a tiny little ghoul. So you're like a little ghoulie. So kinda. Yeah. Alright, let's... We are schmoovin' though, chat. We are getting there. Could we be tiny grave-eating rats? No! You don't get to be rats. You get to be little ghouls. Little ghosts and ghouls. That's your branding from me. Rats have too much power. And they're much too kind. There's no way you guys would be rats. Can we be the Pokemon, Galarian Stunfisk? No! Why are you guys asking to be certain things? I have told you what you are. I have decreed it. You're a little ghoul. An annoying little ghoul that constantly pesters me. Wee, wee, wee. Do what I want. Wee. No! I shan't. That's you guys. That's what you guys sound like on the end of my mic. What's up, grimy one? Not much. Doing another attack, you know? Yelling at chat, but what the fuck else is new, quack? You know? Ugh. We've determined Graves secretly Uncle Grandpa and he denies it. No, you didn't determine. There was no determination. There was no evidence. There was no fact checking. All you did was declare I was Uncle Grandpa. That's not the same thing. That's a whole different thing. Doesn't count at all. The fact you stated you were an uncle. Okay, well that one's true though. I am an uncle. I have a niece. I almost killed her like months ago. Every little bit of lore just sounds awful from me. I love watching the what? Yeah. Dude, fucking Easter weekend was crazy. Yeah, it was a very freezing, rainy, slushy morning, and I nearly killed like half my family in a car accident. Everyone was perfectly fine, which is why it's okay to joke about now. We're all kind of cool with it. But it was a big old unfortunate accident. Nobody was harmed in. Nobody was hurt. 0 injuries, including my 4-year-old niece. Everyone was fine. But that's fucking freezing, that's freezing rain for you, I guess. Light Up the Night UK. Thank you for the follow. I'm glad you liked hearing the story about me almost killing family members. Accidentally in a tragic accident. I'm glad that was the thing that made you go, you know what, this guy's pretty cool, I'm sticking around. And you know what? It's a good thing to be sold on. I think if I sold them on it, they probably fucking bailed out now. They're like, oh, I can't stick around for that. They called me up, they said my name, I gotta go. I live my life to my own detriment, you see, chat. I scare away everyone new. It's the great filter, the great grave grime filter. You have to get past the fucking smell. You know, if you can get past the smell, you're cool, you can stick around, but you gotta get past it. Oh, come on. There we go. Anyway, only those with grime already can adapt to the mold. Smells like toes and dead tuna. Yeah. But yeah. My life's an interesting one, fellas. I have a good time here. And again, everyone is fine. We're all chill, so don't take that too seriously. Cool. Yes. Man, this is gonna look nice when it actually has color on it. This is always the stage that I feel bad if people tune in for. I think it's fine. Like, I wouldn't care about watching something like this, but my brain's always like, dude, there's like no color on the screen at all. It's just this big gray blob. What are you doing? I'm like, shut up. Shut up. It's fine. People will like it. It's okay. I'm the color. I draw in all the eyes. Everyone looks at me. I just came back and instantly examined how you draw branches. What do you mean? I love watching people draw, like seeing their technique and how they do things. Sure, fair, but meh. I don't know if I want that back when I have that much detail, so just do this. I have gotten... The Fairywoods chat has made me so much better at drawing branches. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna be so good at drawing woods, guys. It's gonna be crazy. Which is fine, because I love drawing wildlife and stuff like that. I watch art to avoid finishing my own personal art projects. Wow! Just like me, for real! Relatable, sadly, though I do try to at least some kind of project while watching a stream. Good. So always doing something on the side. Okay, good. That's what you want. That's what you want. Actually, no, wait. Sorry, I've got to be all, like, grumpy and cantankerous about this. How dare you? How dare you even consider putting me on a different fucking monitor? I am primo content. Quack. I'm front and center no matter what, alright? You listen here, you son of a bitch. I never move from that first monitor. I'm far too large, you see. I'm a big guy. I need my space. You can't put me over there with the whelps and the podcasts. You're not good enough for monitor 1? What the fuck? You say that in my chat? To my face? You look me dead in my eyes. And you say, yeah, I don't know if you're actually, I don't know if you're monitor 1 content. How fucking... What the fuck? And then you hit me with the Lilium heart? What the fuck? The disrespect. Just insane. Crazy. This is what... Newbies, take note. This is what my chat fucking does to me. This is what they do! They think they're hot shit. Fucking... Little bastard. Whoa! Why is it so big? Whoa! She's massive. She's so large. Not sure what I want to make today. Well, I don't know. What do you normally make, Quack? I can't remember. Or no, I guess. What do you normally make? What does chat do? I wasn't paying attention while you were on the side. Oh, god damn it, bird. They made a really big emote. It's just huge. It's just massive. It's just really large. Also with sunglasses. There's also sunglasses on it. Which is fine. That's a fun accessory. Oh. You mostly just make shapes? Like box studies or something? Like you do like box studies? Yeah? Okay. Make some abstract shapes. Put them in 3D space and then turn them into a character or critter. Some little thing. There you go. Or like turn them into faces or something, like that kind of deal. Draw more turtles for the turtle god. Steve be praised. I think he's just a turtle, Morb. I think he is just actually a turtle. It's not a bush. You like the turtle? Okay, there you go. Well, now you're gonna improve how to draw turtles. Easy. I'll take credit for that one. That one was all me. And I smile and I wink at the camera. This thing. Okay. One thing's for certain, chat. I'm beginning to feel the effects of having no water anymore. Wait! One morsel left. My house is now without water until I fill up the bottles. Fuck. Shit. Hi, Emily. Ugh. We're making progress. I've got about an hour, probably, to color this. Everyone, you're like a... This feels like, that fucking SpongeBob joke of the talent show, where Emily is SpongeBob and I'm Squidward. So whenever I show up, people are like, and then Emily shows up and everyone's like, oh my god, it's Creature Hollow, holy shit, oh my god! When did this occur? When has she eclipsed me in popularity with my own community? What's happened? What's occurred? I don't understand what I've done. It's because Emily's a funny mushroom. What do you mean, please? No, I'm small. What is that? I'm making an observation. What does that have to do with anything? He's a big fan of charts, so I'm #1 Hollow fan. I see. You're just some grimy creature. What the fuck? She drew Finley. I've drawn Finley! Admittedly not as much as Emily, but I still drew her. Like I didn't do the character sheet, sure, but I've still drawn her. How dare you? This isn't fair. Emily, I think we're gonna have to have a chat, you know? I think I'm gonna have to... How dare you? You're stealing my community away. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. I told you not to. Stop. Stop it. I said no. You're undermining my authority. Says here in Artfight that Finley is Hollow's character. Well, Emily designed her. What did Creature do? He's stealing away my community, is he? She's stealing it away. Everyone loves her more than me. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Again, if only you people knew the horrors, the horrible things she does in her private time, the darkness, you know? The darkness there. You guys would be thinking twice. You know? Just putting it out there. The Google Doc would be lengthy. You know, that's all I'm saying. The Google Doc? The? The one? The one-to-one all the? Yeah. Yeah, you watch yourselves. She's dangerous, I say. Says the man who almost crashed his car with his family. I'm sorry, Quack. That's wrong. I did crash the car with my family. Just no one was hurt. Incorrect, actually. Did plow myself into the fucking woods. I did do that, see? No, invalid now. Completely invalid, Quack. You were just wrong. Incorrect information, spreading misinfo. That's going in the doc as well. That's going in the doc as well. What? Why do you think Emily's gonna protect you? Emily's not gonna protect you at all. There we go. Is this her about getting more attacks than me? No. No, I think you should. Actually, you know what, guys? You know what? It's time to turn my tune into like a more genuine one. You guys should go and attack Emily. You should give her more. You should give her more art fights. Absolutely, her characters are cool and she deserves it. There you go. So let me get this straight. You crashed into the woods and then you emerged with the story of the fairy woods. Well, no, the fairy woods story was there a lot longer. I am doing a call to action. Go look up Creature Hollow on Artfight. Look at the characters and attack her several times if you want to. Just pound her into the dirt. Turn her to soup. There you go. Thank you, EXO. Thank you. My work here is done. My work here is done. Oh, I guess also, when I'm just throwing people to attack others, if you guys would like to attack this fun little witch or look at the person's, I would recommend people attacking this little witch or finding someone else in that person's, in Math McCool's character roster. You know, there you go. I recommend it. Because my whole thing is like, I think it would be cool to get a bunch of people I know attacking the people I draw here. I think that would be cool. Of course, it kind of comes down to if you like them, but that is my suggestion. You're right, Wizlore is better than Gravekeeper, and I can attack them. There you go. Don't know who's more rancid. I mean, Emily, come on. I think it's pretty obvious that the Gravekeeper is more rancid than Wizlore. Like, Wizlore is awful. Don't get me wrong. But it's against the Gravekeeper. We were comparing him to Nurgle. I don't think we'd compare Wizlore to Nurgle. You know, I don't know. Yeah, he's hanging out. He's going, help me! Help! Wait, you want to know about the skeletons lore? Buried upside down. He was buried upside down and he dug out the wrong way. There you go. Skeleton lore. It's just that easy. He got the witch treatment, true. Alright, I almost have this little platform. I almost got this little platform colored in chat. Lined. We're almost there to coloring. I'm thinking this one's gonna go a little long too, chat. I think this stream's gonna go an extra hour if I had to guess. Because I don't want to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. I just don't feel right. So the rancidness was diluted in the fusion. Yes. All right. Let's do this just so I can get this to a state where I can actually fill it. Okay. And now hit it with the old. What the? I didn't... How fucking dare it? There. That, let me do this, and we do this, and we do this. Okay. Whoop. Oh, I forgot the bats. I forgot the bats, chat. Whistler is peak, don't lie. True. He is very silly. Can't attack me. I didn't enter the way I like it. Well, I mean, that doesn't mean much though. If you're like, oh, you can't attack me because I'm not even there. That doesn't, like, well, okay. Doesn't mean much though. You were never there. Of course I can't. It's just silly, Quack. Yeah, there we go. Does not deserve peak. His egos are already far too big. It's true. That is true. We really should not be praising Whistler. He is a right bastard. And like a human, like, I guess not like a... What is... Emily, I'm curious. What does his business entail? I know he just has evil business, but have you figured out what it does yet? I can't remember. Or does it just do evil? No, I have not. I see. Who would win in a fight, Whistler or Gravekeeper? Power scale them? Wait, fuck. Emily, who would win in a... I feel like the Gravekeeper would win in a fight against Whistler, just because it's Whistler. Like, for all the patheticness we give to the Gravekeeper, I think he's got that one in the bag. Like, just from scale. I always draw the Gravekeeper really large, so I think he can take Wizlore. I feel like I feel like the Gravekeeper could throw hands. I don't imagine any of the Gravekeeper kind of jokes of him being like a pathetic little coward. More of just a belligerent like ass. So no, I think he could throw hands. In hand-to-hand combat, Gravekeeper would squish him like a grape. But then also we've got it that the Gravekeeper's got like, you know, some magic to him too, so maybe. Maybe. It might be in the Gravekeeper's hands. There we go. But what if they teamed up? They wouldn't. It would go horribly. What if Gravekeeper and Wizlord teamed up? It would go terribly. It would go horribly. It would go awful. What do you mean? It'd be the worst ever. Nothing would get done. They wouldn't team up. Like, it would last 2 seconds. They would both want to do something, and their ego's so incredibly swollen that the first disagreement, they'd be like, how fucking dare you? And then they'd try and kill each other. There's no compromise there. There's no teaming up there. There's no like, we're going to defeat the greater evil because they think they can handle the greater evil on their own. Also, you have to get the Gravekeeper to do something, so good fucking luck with that. How many beers has Wizlord chugged before this? What if they kissed? Lol, just kidding, unless. Also, no one wants to see that. No one really wants to see that one. Ugh. Terrible. Awful. There we go. Beard entanglement. Ugh. Izzy's a little bastard, but they're like 90% sarcastic, so we can just assume that's just sarcasm. Again, I've had some odd comments in this chat before. Izzy is not one to make them. So I'm okay. Hashtag humble brag. Yeah, people have creeped on me in chat before. No, you would not be, EXO. No, you would not be. You have a different brand of odd comment. I would deem it nonsensical, probably. This. There we go. No one made a Gravegrime thirst trap, but people have been in here and have been like, hey, you know, in that particular way. Yeah. It's happened a couple of times. And it weirds me the fuck out every time. Crazy. Yes. Very. There we go. No, it's not they say, hey, I can't... It was ages ago. I can't remember the exact comment, but they made, flirtatious comments, I guess. If I need to fucking spell it out for you, Quack. Holy shit. Pick up on it! Come on! You can do it! I believe in you! No, they didn't just say hey. It's like those veiled flirtatious comments where you go like, I know what you're doing. It's on my pay grade. They say they got a crave grime. Oh, awful. Terrible. Is he constantly every day pushing just that little closer to the meme timeout? So that we put him in a box for a little bit. Like that one's too much. That's an interesting. I think meme timeouts could be very funny, but I'm also like I really don't want to do them to people because I feel like getting timed out for like an entire day as a joke from the streamer probably would feel like shit. I feel like that would probably suck a little bit unless it was very explicit. Plus, it's even worse when you'd forget. Well, you can set it for like an actual amount of time. So I would set it for an amount of time so I don't have to remember it. Nah, but I kind of deserve it sometimes. True. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like shit doing it. It would be kind of fucking funny. The only time I think I'll do like timeouts is if I do sort of something people sign up for, in a sense. Like, oh, hey, we're going to do a game, and if you, like, lose the game, you get timed out for a certain amount of time, and you have to, like, opt into it. That's sort of how I would probably do that. Have a redeem so someone times themselves out. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go, and then, like, a door slam sound happens. That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. I'm gonna go. I gotta get out of here. Leaves. All right. I can turn off these. There we go. And I can finally get to coloring. No, they get buried. True. They'd ask to get buried and being timed out until under the dirt. Sounds like the sound of a coffin slamming sounds. Yeah, there you go. All right. We got there. We figured it out, chat. Oh, there's something I need to fix already. God damn it. Every time. Oh, wait, no, he didn't have a thing. That was just his eyeball. He did not have a thing on the side of his head. I was wrong. I was just stupid. There we go. Okay. Her orange little sweater. Alright, we're gonna see where I am at the end of this chat, and it might actually be one that I finish off stream. We are going to test. We're gonna see. Purely just because, like, I'm having fun, but I'm also gotta recognize, like, hey, you went longer last night, and you've gone all week, so you probably do need to actually, like, slow your roll, or you're gonna burn yourself out, so we'll see how I'm feeling here in half an hour, but hope you guys have been having fun so far. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. That's the line thing. Hope it's as goofy and silly as always. And I guess to the new people, I hope you stick around and come to the next ones and shit. Because this is essentially what it is the whole time. You've been having a grand grave time? Oh, there you go. Huh. Huh. Clever. I squint at you. Yeah, real funny. You make me laugh. Izzy, you make me laugh. I'm gonna get my lawyer to send you a cease and desist. You're not allowed to use my my likeness. You know, no mentioning my name, alright? There's an order. There's an order on that. My branding. I own the word grave. I'm sorry. Not the word grime, though. If you called it a grime time, you'd be fine. But you called it a grave time, so. Looks like you're gonna owe me a little bit of royalties, a little bit of money. Cause I know you're fucking making bank off little jokes like that. Silly little ha-has like that one. You messed up, pal. So instead of prime time, it's grime time. Oh, well, hey, well, yeah, I guess I just established that I can't do anything about you saying that one. Should have copyrighted them both. I was there, I was at the office, they said you could, but it was an extra 20 bucks, and I was like, who's ever gonna use grime as like a word, like in the little wordplay thing? They're all gonna go for the... Also, I just realized I'm an idiot, by the way. And none of you say anything about it. None of you say anything about me saying I've just realized I'm an idiot, okay? You guys keep that to yourselves? Your comments that I can feel? You're not keeping it to yourselves. You're not keeping it to yourselves at all. That was the thing I asked you guys to do. What the fuck? I thought you guys were supposed to love me. I thought that's what the whole point was. I thought the whole point was you guys were supposed to like me real good. Okay, there we go. And then her other one is this darker color. Cool. Okay. Uncle Grimepaw. I grumble and growl. You guys will have, you know, your day will come. Is all I'll say about that. Your day will come eventually. Your comeuppance. You better, you know what? You're gonna have to choke down those comeuppance when they happen. I'm gonna stand there with a tool glass of I told you so, and I'll only let you drink it after you've finished through all those comeuppance. What do you mean, nah? What can I do to you? Melt you into a little porridge. Put you in the cube, as I have so many before. There are methods. There are things I can do. You can go in the cube. Alright, flower. Yes. Okay. The Gojo cube. He's going to look at us with a very disappointed face. Yeah. I'm gonna be the father that none of you clearly had. The disappointed father you all deserved, but never got. He put me in a pit and wonders why I'm still here. Well, no, I know why you're... If you're still here from being in a pit, like, I put you in that... I know why you're here. No one ever dies here. Really. Unfortunately. You're just rolling around in a grave. You call it a pit, but it was a grave. I buried you. That's my job. You see. They're bombs. There we go. Excuse me. Maybe no. Might be kind of fun to have like a little. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Well, if you want to attack them, the username is up there in the corner. Mathematicool. Their name is Hildegard. So if you want to strike them down, you have your marching orders. I feel like my job's complete. I feel like one thing that is funny, my friend Niplitz, I think every single character I've drawn, they've been like, maybe I'll... I think every single person I've attacked, I've had someone go, oh, hey, I want to attack them now. And that feels pretty good. That feels like I'm doing my job. A little bit. I think it's happened every time, which is great. Gride becoming Palpatine by saying execute Order 66. But it's just going out and attacking, like, the cool artists I find. Yeah. Dude, I would. Dude, I would. Easy. Without a moment's hesitation. I'd kill those filthy Jedi if it meant achieving my aims. There we go. Boom. Awesome. Okay. I guess I'll hit her little skirt. I guess the bottom of her dress. I don't know what you would call it. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Sure. That needs to be lightened a little bit, though. It's readable. There we go. And maybe skin. Or I guess fur? Is there like a bat cat witch? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's really hard to read. Uh-oh. I just go straight to the point and look him up on Artfight. Even worse when... Oh, no, can't say that one. Can't say that one. Not allowed to say that one. For my own sanity. You almost fucking got me, but I didn't. I pulled back. Crisis averted, chat. Oh. Where are the dog lead? Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a hot take, really. It's more of just a question, but I'm kind of like, well, it's because cats are associated with witches. And bats are associated with Halloween. And dogs are none of those things. And also, you know, be the change you want to see then. Where are they all? Be the change you wish to see. Create one. Create a dog witch. There you go. Give her a tail. Like, as in, like, a story. I mean, you could give her a tail as well, but give her a story. Make her be somebody. Make $1 billion. There we go. Dogs are associated with hunters. Make a dog lady witch and a cat boy hunter. Again, be the change you guys want to see. You know? Be the change in the world you want. Put it out there, just saying. You could do like a... Because there's kind of Halloween-y dogs, right? Like, there's sort of Halloween... They're not associated with Halloween, but I'd say there's dogs that feel kind of Halloween-y. Like, you could do like a Doberman. With the, like, the pointed up ears and stuff. People think they're kind of scary. So, I mean, like, technically you could do something like that. There you go. Dachshunds, yeah. Dachshunds. Mexican hairless is pretty Halloween-y. See, there's options. There you go. Gonna make one. She'd make magical spells like tennis fireball. I see. Irish wolfhounds. There you go. There's material out there, guys. You just have to seize the day. You just have to seize it for yourselves. Because I don't... Because you're not gonna get it from me. I make people, for the most part. I make fellas. Fellas and monsters. There we go. We're not asking you to do it, Grab. I didn't say you were! I didn't say you were! I am just saying that you're not gonna get it from me. You'll get it from somewhere else. So make it yourself. Not asking. Fucking quacks one guy in me. I caught you. I'm pulling myself back. You won't get one over on me. I'm composed. I'm cool. I'm collecting. Alright? You won't have this victory. I won't give it to you. I won't lich you. This fucking guy. Thinks he can get one over me. I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay. You're about as composed as your garden after the slug attack. That's kind of mean. That one's just mean. That one's not cool, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Those poor innocent fucking beans didn't do anything to you. What the hell? Take it back. Take it back right now. Take it back! Take it back! I feel like a purple mushrooms. A couple perp shrooms. You know, Grime, the things they said to me while your back was turned. My garden? Isn't like it's uprising? My plants, my little murdered beans were like, that guy, he smells. Don't fucking talk to that fella. Ugh. Gross. Why are all of my friends enemies? You know, what the hell? Why isn't there anyone in Little Grave Grimes camp, you know? Why don't I have a warrior to stand by my side? You got Cricket? She doesn't stand by my side. She likes me. She hangs out, but she doesn't stand by. She doesn't know enough to stand by my side. She's too much of a fool. Character development Grime has gone from war with the slugs to defending them. Brings a tear to my eye. That's the sound I make when I cry, chat. That's my cry sound. I go. Do you like it? I think it's pretty good. I think it's pained enough to really like eke out that sympathy. Which is what a cry is for, obviously. Come on. Come on, that's pretty good. Come on. We can give me this one thing. Surely. I was gonna say, Grime, I'm watching your stream. Why are you trying to not laugh, bruh? It's disrespectful. Put that there. And I guess it's got like a dark color for the rope of this, so I'm just gonna make it the same purple as her dress. There. Okay. And shoe color will be also the same as her dress. Shit. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm kind of curious. So this one, chat, I'm almost like, it might look pretty good unshaded if I choose my colors right. It might look really nice if I don't shade it. So I'm kind of curious about trying that out conceptually. We'll see. Or like if I put shading on it, just put like a really tiny amount. Work smarter, not harder. True. True. Another one. Grab a little bit. Let's see. Actually, let's also color her inner little stripes. I think it'll break up. They kind of look a little harsh to me right now, so I want to break them up a tiny bit. Yes. 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 Okay. And now hair color. Wow, I forgot entirely about the color of her actual witch's hat. That's crazy. What is wrong with me, chat? Don't answer that. You don't need to answer that. Right here? Just gonna scribble it in. Nice and easy. There we go. What is this? Ah, it's fine. Actually, let's use the shell color. That's a good basket color. Yeah. How does he do it? How does he collapse all these colors down? It's crazy, chat. It's like he knows what he's doing or something. Which is like impossible. He's the grave grime. He doesn't know what he's doing. This color again. Cool. And then we'll just grab this one for the underside. Oh. Nice. Now for the actual background. Pumpkin. Gets the silly orange. There. Gravestone. This one can be like this. Darker. And maybe this one's the same color. Then we go a little more blue for this one. We go even more blue for this one. Okay. We'll see if that one stays. It might end up being a little more green. You know what? I'm gonna go to the Fairywood's colors. I think picking those would be good. I'm realizing also, sorry chat, I've just realized that I have been coloring this in and I've been making just like little goblin noises the entire time. Didn't really realize I was doing that as I was doing them. So I guess apologies. That isn't to say I'll stop. It'll happen again, but you all know that at this point. What did... Am I an idiot? Am I dumb? I mean, yeah, but what the... There. The noises are good background noise for writing. Are you getting writing done, Emily? Are you getting some fucking thoughts down? Are we brain blasting? Trying. Ib, GD, or ZZ? Yeah, what are we looking at here? Okay. Oh, big stretch chat. Ah. Gonna grab that color for these, I think. Been bouncing between ZZ and IB, trying to poke at the core stuff. IB's some structural things for how they operate. Ah. Well, it sounds like you're having fun over there, and that's pretty cool. The plot is all of these flowers are going to be like purple. This purple. I might vary them up a little bit, but the idea is they're all going to be purple. Because there's going to be so much orange. There'll be like little flakes within it. To get my bushes now, I think. Which will not be this color, but I'm drawing with it, so I'm just gonna use it as it stands. This will not be what the bushes remain as color-wise. Should also be using just flat brush, so I don't have any of the weird little crispy bits that I don't know what else I would call the little crispy bits around the edges. The texture. There we go. We get there eventually, chat. We always do. We always make it there eventually. I sound like an idiot 90% of the time, but it's all build up. That little 10% where I sound like a normal person. And that's about as much credit as I'll give me. Boom. Excuse you. It's not gonna work. Yeah. I was like, it isn't gonna. It ain't gonna do. And it didn't. Let's clean all these up. Okay. Yeah, I don't need like tri-colors for these, so just there. Okay. More green. Over here. I'm gonna actually see how those bushes work. They're kind of working for me, chat. We're gonna leave them. We're gonna leave them. I really like having the bluer bushes. It makes me smile. probably cover that a little bit with other colors. Let's get like a yellow. Nice yellow. Is that too yellow? A little bit. I'm actually going to just color over all the leaf piles. There. This yellow. Just so I have kind of like a base, and then I can color them over with a red or a brown when I want to. Close that in. Whee! There we go. No, no, no. This. And then this pile, and then that pile. And I guess a little pile. Here. I do not like that yellow, though. It is an ugly fucking yellow. I think something like this will work way better as a yellow. You'll see, chat. You'll all understand. It was a nice yellow. Alright, goodbye, Emily. Goodbye. I also think that I will probably finish this off stream because I'm tired today. I mentioned that before. I'm a little sleepy today. And it's just the weekend. It's time to take a break. So yeah. Thanks everyone for coming, and for if the people who rated me are still here, thanks for rating me and hanging out and shit. This week of streams has been another real fun one, guys, so I'm having a blast. But yeah, I will see you guys on Monday for another Artfight stream. I hope you're all fucking prepared for the next strike. Hopefully I'll be prepared too with just a ton of shit. So yeah, see you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.